Welcome to my balance class level 2 for improvers. In this class, I invite you to focus on your alignment and on being aware of tension that you might be holding in your muscles, in the front of your legs and in your toes. I will tell you as we go through the exercise what to check. So if you come to sitting not using the back of the chair, but sitting using your core muscles. So this is a core exercise, if you can call it a core exercise. Your sitting time can be a strengthening time if you wanted to. You can decide, I'm going to use my core, so using core muscles means strengthening them. So you've got your weight in your feet and you've tipped your pelvis, the top of your pelvis forward. So rather than sit on your sacrum, you want to sit on your sitting bones. And for that you tip the top of the pelvis, these two parts here, forward. So that's back, forward. So then your pelvis will be neutral. And you can also check under your fingers. You should feel two hard bones, hard bony parts. And these are your sitting bones. Okay, now come to standing, down, up. You might see that my knees are traveling a little bit forward, and when I come down there's a bit of a plop at the end. I'll show you again if I go slowly, pop. So if you have that problem, you're going to take a stack of cushions or anything to bring the chair higher, so closer to your bottom, so you can control the movement more. So remember, your knees are directly above your ankles, and you're going to come forward, keeping the shins vertical. So you can put your fingers on your shins as you come up and as you go back, and do a few like this. Back, control it as much as you can. Vertical shin on the way up, vertical shin on the way down. Couple more. You should be able to feel it now in the back of your legs, glutes. It's really working hard. And the slower you go, the harder you're working. Standing now. Standing with the weight in your heels. So if you're not sure, I recommend you use a plumb line. So you can use a belt or you can use a scarf like me. I've tied a stone at the end to make a weight. And if you put the belt or the scarf halfway between the front and the back of your leg, your weight should fall right on your ankle bone. So if the weight is here, forward of your ankle, then you need to shift your weight back a bit more until your weight is there. It might feel strange at first, so if you can't do it all the way back, do it a little bit more back than what you are used to. So when you take your weight back into your heels, you might feel tension in the front of your legs. So I want you to be aware of that. Bring your weight back. And do you feel that your muscles, your quadriceps are tensing up? Be aware of it. If you can, let them relax. If you can't, don't worry. It's fine. Just be aware that there is some tension there. Okay, so now you're going to do the pelvic lift, so balance on one leg. Bring the weights into one leg, both legs are straight. You press your heel down, and as you press your heel down, your pelvis then tips down on the standing leg and up on the floating leg. So if you have your fingers on your hip bones, take your thumb out 90 degrees from your index finger, take your hand back, thumbs at the back, and index with your index finger, try and see if you can feel the top of your pelvis. So you'll be feeling this part here. Okay, put your fingers on it, and as you press the right foot down, feel that that tip, that little bit of your pelvis is going down and up on the floating leg. And again, press the foot down. Remember your weight is in your heel. Shift it back, up, up and down. Up on the floating leg, down. So that action of pressing the foot down means that your muscles here are actually doing the work. Because there's one way of cheating, which is to use the waist muscle. So if you do that, that's the waist muscle doing it. So if you exaggerate it, but I want you to forget about the leg. This part should stay long. So just think of the working leg, the leg that's pressing down into the ground and tilting the pelvis down so the other side can come up and you can take a step. Because you've just cleared a space under your foot by just pressing your heel down. Step. Now, if you now do the calf stretch, take your half dome or roll towel and have the ball of your foot on top. Your toes shouldn't be on it, it should be free. Free to move. Your heel is down, your weight is back in your heel. Again, check with the plumb line if you need to. See if you have come forward. You might need to shift back. And notice tension in the front. See if you can let it go. And from the front, I would like you to have your weights distributed evenly between the left and the right, rather than have any shifting this way or that way. So heel down, ball of the foot on top of the half dome, tension, let it go, you take your weight back. If you're ready, you can take your other foot forward to increase the stretch, always keeping the back leg back. Be aware of any twisting of the pelvis, bring it back. Tension, let it go. Top of the foot stretch. Take the leg behind you, hold on to the wall if you need to. Leg behind you, toes curled under, weight back on the standing leg. You can do it with leg bent, less work. Leg straight is more load, so more stretch on the toes and the front of the foot. So legs bent, legs straight, weight in your heels. Now, tension, check. If you can release it, release it. If you can't, don't worry, just make a mental note. So I would like you now to go back through all the exercises, focusing on your toes. So if you come to sitting, any tension in your toes, there shouldn't be any when you sit, especially if your weight is back. If your ankle is behind your knees, then you might feel some clenching, but if your ankle is below your knee, your toes should be nice and relaxed. When you come up, what are your toes doing? They're nice and relaxed. Keep an eye on them. Keep them relaxed if you can. If you can't, it's okay. It will happen with patience. When you stand with your weight back, your toes should be free to move. They should be relaxed in this position. If you come forward, they might grip, but as you come forward, it gives them a chance to relax. And when you're on one leg, with your weight back, with this tension in the front, what are your toes doing? Can they still relax? Are they clenching? Check your toes again. Can you let them relax and spread? And on the calf stretch, if your toes are clenched, you need to bring your foot a little bit higher up so they can relax. On this side, so that's the stretching leg. But what about the standing leg? Are your toes nice and relaxed? I hope so. And top of the foot stretch, leg behind you, do it from the front. Check the standing leg, toes relaxed or toes clenched. It's okay if they're clenched. The first step is to be aware. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the class. Thanks for watching.